Hey guys, and welcome back to Subnautica, which is, I believe, the 5th episode, if I'm not mistaken. So, in the past time, I have done a decent amount of grinding. I grinded out for, because I also looked up the recipe for the Cyclops, have all that prepared, and then I set up future things for, like, whenever we have to make another base, all in here, and then, most importantly, for the sea moth, I had actually upgraded to where I have the sea moth, or the depth module Mark III. So now this baby can go all the way up to 900 meters. So now, hopefully, one of the things today is that we can hopefully explore a second island. But first, let's play this.
Partially translated broadcast.
Ugh.
Biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
So that right there is pretty much the whatchamacallit, the warpers, which we haven't explored one yet, but soon there will be a time. So what I honestly want to do right now is kind of go towards the second island, but not quite yet, because I personally hit the second island whenever the sunbeam is actually coming, whenever that eventually happens. So for right now, we are going to go to Life Pod 2 because that's the next place that I would like to go, because there's two important things that I need there. I need blood oil and deep mushrooms, or shrooms, whatever you want to call them. And so since I got the depth module, we can easily actually go in there. And it's also called the Blood Kelp Forest. It is honestly very cool. Kind of terrifying whenever you first play, but it is just an eerie feeling of an area, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Nothing too, like, it's just unsettling, to say the least. And then there's the wreck that I got I believe it was the power cell charger off to that right, in between those two floating islands. So yeah, hopefully we can get another radio system to come in. Hopefully, cross our fingers. But yeah, this goes very deep. And hopefully, we don't have to go anywhere that's too wrong. Because I think it's the blood kelp. Yes, it is. Okay, that scared me for a bit. I thought it was a giant reaper coming after me. So, yep. This is the blood kelp. And so there's one creature that okay, there's a couple creatures I'm kind of terrified of, and that's going to be the warpers, which are going to be purple squidwards, a ghost leviathan, there's the ampules from the bulb forest, and then these giant crab squids, which you guys will know whenever you hear them. Okay, so let's disable that. There's the Mark 1. I know that there's broken area. There we go.
Flotation devices failed.
We're flooding. Evacuate.
Wait. I can reconfigure the O2 system to act as a bilge pump.
It's working.
Okay, good news. We're alive and we've stopped sinking.
Bad?
The oxygen's going to run out in 30 minutes and we're 500 meters down.
What do we do?
We'll have to use the remaining juice to send a distress call and build whatever gear we can. Then we find a way to the surface.
Yep. So pretty much right now, obviously I got the blood oil and the deep shroom. So now we can actually make a lot better stuff, because we need polyaniline and hydrochloric acid, which that both requires, well, polyaniline is made from hydrochloric acid, which that needs the deep shrooms, which obviously I'm going to need a lot of, and reefbacks, you're kind of creeping me off. So, yep, there they are. But hey, I'll take them. They're peaceful creatures. Rather have them than not have them. So now we have the Cyclops Depth Module 1, which means we'll also have 2 and 3, I believe. I'm not sure if it has 3. I think it's just 2. But we at least have the Depth Module, so that is going to just make it a little bit easier for us, in which I don't think I can make one quite yet, because I actually need to build the Cyclops anyway. Alright, so now that we are back home, first we are going to repair the sea moth because it kind of needs a little love. And for the colors, in all honesty, what I personally do is I just make it a brighter color that you're not going to see too often in the deep. So I personally go with like a yellow or like a green, just something like, obviously not red or black or anything, because that can what do you call it, that can blend in with the walls whenever you go deeper down. So my personal tip is always go with something lighter, or at least a lighter shade. What we're going to also do now is make some exterior grow beds. So, and I also filled it with whatever those are, creep vines. So now we are going to put in the blood oil. So now we can be growing blood. And then I'm gonna take all of these. Awesome. And then now that we have an excess of the seeds, I'm honestly going to drop the seeds. So now we got full deep shrooms, which make my life a hell of a lot easier. We'll throw those in. And throw one more down. So now, what was I wanting the polyaniline? I think it was sea moth. The perimeter defense, which is okay. Okay, I also need a polyaniline for just the thermal reactor, which will come in handy whenever we get a little bit deeper. And then energy efficiency, yeah. The polyaniline will just be easier, and advanced. Benzene is 3 of those, and then obviously hydrochloric acid, and then polyaniline, yeah. Benzene, ooh. So does that mean I can make myself the ooh. I'm gonna actually go for that right now. It's a diamonds, boop boop, and then I think 2 titanium, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, and then synthetic fibers, which I need to wait for my blood oil to cook up. So yeah, now let's just pretty much sit and wait for this thing to generate. So hopefully that doesn't take forever. Yeah, now it's just a waiting game of... Oh, what does that mean?
Aurora, we're approaching the
There it
planet
is.
now.
That's
We
the
have a
message
landing
that
site
I'm
for you
wanting.
that's- Well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. We should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers the weather holds. And don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
Alright. So, little bit of a change of plans. So, I'm going to take the scanner because it's kind of important. I won't make the my suit quite yet, and I want to empty out my inventory as much as possible. I really don't even need the sea glide, but I'm gonna keep it for security purposes. So what we're going to immediately do is get into my Seamuth. And we're actually going to head over there. Did I pick up the tablet? Yes, I did. Okay.
All systems online.
So we are going to the Sunbeam landing site. And the only reason why I go there now, whenever I have this, is because we're already going to need to go over there for the landing. Which I'll 100% need to go there anyway, just because of cinematic purposes. But there's a lot of good stuff there. There's a bunch of deposits of the diamond, gold, and lithium that I can steal. And a bunch of inside of the structure, or inside the islands part. Yeah, there's the giant island. And this one, unlike the other one, is actually rooted towards the ground and not on a giant floater. And that's the scary thing about this area, is that there's a Reaper somewhere. He normally lurks deep in the water, so I don't really worry about him too often. Occasionally I will. And there's
Detecting massive energy signature in the region. Cannot identify it.
yeah, I wonder why. Okay. So, if we... Okay, and the timer does pause. So, what we need from this is the Cyclops engine fragment. Here's the engine fragment. Now we have the Cyclops, which is going to be humongous. So, obviously, we are here very early. I always like to come here a little early if I haven't said that already. But there's obviously the structure and those gates around. And I know from playing this game and watching it a bunch, up here is going to be a tablet, which I never scanned the other one, but this is exactly the same one that I picked up in the other one. Scan that, and then worst case scenario, there is a fragment here, which we can now make the tablets ourselves, which I think... I also never brought any food or water because I am very smart. Should be... yeah, purple tablet, ion cube, and 2 diamonds. So we're going to insert this ion, or this...
Scans indicate this structure
Yeah.
is composed of a metal alloy
This
with
is...
unprecedented integrity. No match is
this
found
is
in
one
the
hell
database
of
performing
a
structural
base.
analysis.
Yeah, so this was all created by the architects.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. That's pretty much saying, we don't know what this place is, and it's an unknown language. But we know from it being out a long-ass time, it's
Analysis of the patterns on the
just the
walls
architects that have been
indicate
here
whether their
preemptively
purpose is aesthetic or functional.
that
Further data required.
they created this to help with keeping bad things out. Another unknown language.
Attempting translation.
Yep, enforcement platform.
Your best probability of interfacing with this facility is achieved by accessing the control room in the lower section.
Oh, well, thanks, Susan. So, this is pretty much just pretty much a giant place to help keep things that aren't supposed to be here. And then that's, I believe, is another way, because this is a giant moon pool, which you can enter in through there. So, we're just going to continue on through here. And there are these places, or these techs that you can find. So, alien rifle. Pretty much human gun. And there's actually mods to get these scannable items in. Like, for example, that gun. We can scan that in. And then over here, I believe, is a teleporter. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Giant teleporter. In which most of these are one way, where you activate it one way with one ion cube, and then you can take it infinite amount of ways back and forth. So don't be afraid of it's like a one-time use, infinite uses, and you just have to activate it once. And then here's another purple artifact, or a purple tablet. On this island alone, I honestly think I found like 4 of those purple tablets. Not all here, all, and here's the big boy. This, and it's a doomsday device. And it has enough energy to destroy an entire planet, and, did I just say, along with most of the solar system, but it's malfunction. So they're just keeping a giant weapon here, in a sense.
Scans indicate the facility's control room lies beyond this doorway.
Yep. So we're going to put in our tablet here. And then here's the control room. One of the special places. Excuse me, I like to scan your core before anything. Then we're going to interact with it. Going to turn off this place. Uh-oh. I also feel like that needle would go straight through my arm.
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads, "Warning, infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine."
Yup, and if we self-scan right now, it says that we're infected.
Bacterial infection in your system is progressing, detecting skin irritation and immune system response. Further data required to identify bacterial strain.
Yep, and then
Translating background broadcast. Downloading summary to databank.
Yep, and then these alien facilities pretty much just give you locations of where the rest of, or the other 2 locations for pretty much where the rest of the story goes to, which eventually we will get to. Not that big of a deal. So now that we're done with the inside part, and for the most of the time, I'm actually gonna turn where did I no graphic accessibility. I'm gonna turn PDA pause off just so I can still come into here and the time goes down. But with newer players, you guys are most likely going to want to read all that information. I personally don't, because I know where all of it is and what all of it is pretty much saying. So if you want to, do it. If not, your choice, your game. So now that we're honestly done with the inside part of this giant area, we're going to head to the outside because there is a lot of loot. And by loot, I mean the outcroppings that I can just honestly steal from. Yeah, and most of the time I just, yeah, as I said before, I use 90% of the time. Like, obviously I have 30 minutes left. I use it all to farm up the rare materials, so all of the lithium, diamonds, gold, all of that, I use it to here. So, yep, and we're gonna, instead of walk out this way, we're gonna go up to the left. And since we're a little low on water, we're gonna cut these bulb trees. Because I believe, yeah, they're high in water. Yep. That's gonna get us through the day. We're also gonna hold out our Sea Glide because it naturally has a flashlight. And almost fell down there. Yep. And salt deposit there, which we have natural salt. Get in there, and then here are the crab crawlers, or cave crawlers. Yep, and as you can see, lithium and these outcrops just grow on the walls naturally. So hopefully... Okay, I thought that was just some random thing falling. But yeah, I'm probably going to... That's glitch lithium. I'm probably going to skip all this and honestly might skip to where all of it actually happens. Or that at least the juicy stuff happens. So I'm not going to bore with you guys with just me, you know, picking out materials. Oh, but this is going to be slightly important. So this is the teleporter that I said earlier. We're going to insert the ion cube. Then we're honestly going to take this. And if we look, let's turn off some of these. Let's turn off that. The Sunbeam landing site. So we're, in a sense, we're on the second island. Is pretty much what this teleporter goes to. So we have a teleporter for each island, and now I can also go through the floating islands teleporter as well to get to this island right here. So fairly useful. I barely take it, honestly, because after you come to both these islands, you never really have to go back. Well, there's a warper right there. It really does look like a giant Squidward. Oh, and he, yeah, they can teleport you. And he's trying to get out of the water, but he can't. So yeah, those guys are very scary. Because they can, as long as you're in your Seamoth or Prawn suit, they can teleport you out of it. Which, that's not, no bueno. No bueno. Alright, now we got 59 seconds. I'm also turn off the HUD for you guys just so you can get a clear view. 40 seconds. So it's about to happen. The big thing that blows my mind about this game. Because I already messed up on the Aurora. I'm not going to mess up on this for you guys. 30 seconds. Oh. It's moving. Uh-oh.
Survivor, we see you.
Yep.
Man,
All
I
right.
don't know how you held out down there.
Here we go.
We broke an atmosphere, and we're descending towards the landing site. Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't identify it?
There it is.
Hold on. No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8. It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
Kaboom. Alright, kind of mess it up a little bit because I'm just trying to find the, what do you call it? The, screenshot button, just so I can use it for later. But now that our only means of evacuation or rescue is dead. And so now I believe this goes back to a normal building, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I remember whenever Markiplier played this, it got shot, and he's just like, I hope there's titanium around. Yeah, here it is. Going back to normal. Yeah. So, yep, goes back to normal. Like, nothing ever happens. So, it literally just go and back to normal. Which is amazing. Yep. Alright.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now it's time to go back home. Alright. So, now that all that just happened, we have a lot of loot from that island. Mostly lithium and diamonds, but we still got a little bit of gold. So, now we honestly shouldn't run out of lithium by any means. Diamonds, got a little bit more of. We'll keep that. Boop, 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 boop. And then ion cubes are specialties. So, let's just start making everything. Blood oil. Let's put that back in just so we can have a bunch of blood oil. Might as well also scan this. Just so I can... It's not what I wanted. There we go. So, now we can make benzene. And then fiber mesh, which I remember us making. Fiber mesh, boom. And we're just going to throw that in there. And then to make the suit, 2 diamond and 2 titanium. So there's that. There's that. Reinforced dive suit, which is humongous for us. So now we could take off all this radiation suit for our own well-being. So radiation suit, gone. Then boom, boom. Then we could put on our new dive suit. So now rebreather. And now pretty much we're stronger. We have a little bit of armor, and also we can survive a little bit longer in the extreme heat, which is the best. Now, the next main thing is the Cyclops. Now, because we can already make the depth module, which is right there, we're just gonna already make it. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so, and then don't forget, it's in this random, yeah, boom. I took the poster off the wall. Why would I do that? Okay. So, now it comes for one of the last things that we'll ever make with this mobile vehicle bay. The Cyclops.
The Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle solo.
I'm an expert at driving. This is no issue for me. So, the good thing about the Cyclops is it's a giant submarine. Which, if we just board in, if we walk into here, we can put in a Seamoth or a prawn suit, which for the end game you're going to be most likely putting in your prawn suit in here. You have some natural storage all empty. Right here you can change the color of it, and so the base I'm honestly just going to make it another yellow, just so that I can easily see it from a distance. Then make the depth module, and then over here is your upgrades. Now you can have 6 upgrades in this at once. So we're going to do that. Crush depth is now 900 meters. What does it take for Mark II? And Nicolor. Okay, so we have to go into the next area for that. So, and then we also need both of these, which will be a later problem. Probably, most likely, we'll get that in the next episode. I'm not 100% sure. I'll probably have to look up where both those are. So, who the hell breaking in my shit? Okay, so, what I'm pretty much going to do is I'm actually going to turn internal lights on. What I'm pretty much going to do is, especially in the off time, I'm probably going to equip this with everything that I need, because we can put in our fabricators, our radios, our extra lockers, all in this. So pretty much this is our mobile base, which is going to be fantabulous. So probably in the meantime, in my own spare time, I will most likely be doing that, just so I don't have to bore you guys with it on camera. And honestly, I think that's a very good place to wrap up. So if you guys enjoyed, you guys obviously know to subscribe and comment what your favorite part about all of this is, because honestly, anything that you guys say will just purely make my day. So yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next one, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.